Blog Talk Radio.
Rockers in Recovery Media is dedicated to carrying the message of addiction recovery through music, news, events, and festivals taking place within and not limited to the clean and sober community.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to Waking Up Blessed. I'm John Hollis. Rockers in Recovery. You can check us out at rockersinrecovery.com. Also, if you're listening to the show for the first time this morning, Waking Up Blessed is really about starting our day with inspirational stories of experience, strength, and hope. And we want to thank SoberMap, SoberMap app. You can check them out at SoberMap.com. They are great folks doing great stuff and helping many people with their app. You can download it just like like Yelp, and check out a local meeting near you. Rockers in Recovery, and of course, Waking Up Blessed is also dedicated to addiction recovery resources, and you can check out on the Blog Talk Radio page or at rockersinrecovery.com, the Recovery Media Partners. And there are some great people there. Of course, Clearbrook Treatment Centers, Amethyst Recovery Center, the Shores Treatment and Recovery, and of course, Hope and Grace Recovery Centers. And there's a whole lot more at rockersinrecovery.com if you click on the Media Partner tab. There are, places like, of course, SAMHSA and other organizations like Music Cares, and there's lots of people out there that'll help. And again, Waking Up Blessed this morning, I get to have a good friend of mine on, Nick Cuneo. Me and Nick were in a sober house many, many years ago together. And, of course, as the years have gone by, Nick has gone on to, of course, open up a great facility in Tampa and has an amazing, amazing program that he works, and very much love Nick. And we're going to bring him on the phone right now. And Nick, welcome to the show, buddy.
Good morning, John. Thank you so much for having me.
You know something, man, I got to tell you that it's an honor and a privilege. We started out back in the Choral House together, and to see it all come fast forward, man, and to see the amount of people that you've helped over the years and the things that you're doing and how you're going, into your day each day, waking up blessed and helping other people is an honor for me to watch. Can you give me a little bit of an idea of what waking up blessed means to you?
Well, sure. John, like you said, we go way back, and I was there through the whole thing for you, and you watched me get the gift, and I think it all started with the way I was taught. And it's a sense of gratitude. I mean, I'm grateful to wake up. I'm grateful to get the opportunity to go out and see what I can contribute to the world, because when I kind of went through my process of getting right with myself 18 years ago this month, it was because I was mentored through that, and I became more focused on what I can contribute to life, that to do my best and avoiding the ready, fire, aim approach to life that I seem to have been taking at the time. So, I'm fortunate by comparison to many that don't get the gift. I am blessed. I am lucky. I'm getting to write the greatest comeback story ever. And it's my own hand and my own vision and my own dreams. So, I have a process that I go through each and every day with prayer and meditative work and that type of stuff. But it's really the attitude that I carry forward each and every day.
And that's, an important thing because, listen, when you get up in the morning and your feet hit the floor a half an hour before, my head's already talking to me before I even hit the floor. So what are some of the things that you do? Like I, read the little black book and I sit still and I'm quiet and I pray and I connect with God. But what are some of the things that you do that, somebody listening might be able to utilize?
Sure. Well, I, too, have kind of something I've put together that works for me and was taught to me by opening my day, starting with when I first opened my eyes in the morning, whether I got a good night's sleep or not. I thank God for getting the rest that I did get, and I got just what I was supposed to get, whether it was a lot or a little. And then I try to get up and I have a morning routine. I'll pour a cup of coffee. I'll find a quiet spot, and I try to bring into my day that through reading a morning ritual like you. I have a 24-hour book. I do some work with Emmett Fox every day, who I find to be wonderfully effective for me. And I'll do some writing, and I'll think about my plans for the day and what do I have to accomplish. And if I have a problem that's I'm going to be facing that day that I may know about, a big decision to make, I'll try to meditate on that particular problem and get some clarity. But, that's not where it started for me. It was real simple at the very beginning, John. It was just like, God, please keep me sober today. Or please let me be helpful to somebody else. And it was really just rudimentary, and it was great because it worked. So I think the magic in it all is, regardless of whether you're new or we use here at Clean Recovery, a simple approach which is based on the pre-contemplation, contemplation, action, and maintenance, and kind of contemplating the thought of getting clean and sober is half the battle. Are you determined or you want to? And then once that decision's made, then it moves on from there.
You put together, and that was the next thing I was going to go into, because you put together Clean Recovery Centers out of Tampa, and you have developed this organization around the 12-step approach and the 12-step model, but in a way that is utilized to be able to enhance people's lives, to get them, motivated into their spiritual growth. Wouldn't you agree?
No, absolutely. We're 12-step. I mean, I'm a 12-step guy, but funny, our primary therapist is not a 12-step guy. So we try to bring together different approaches, knowing that not everyone will respond equally to that. And we're always trying to be innovative and thinking a little bit outside the box with stuff that's practiced by people that have many years clean and sober and changing their lifestyle, regardless of whether it's a substance issue or a different type of issue that's blocking them from progressing in their life. And, we kind of put together this combination of things with physio and different approaches in clinical and group and things like that. And now we have the good fortune to have added, a world-famous behavioral scientist and a very dear friend of mine, Steve Maraboli, that brings to the table a whole other different dimension again, just because it felt right. And Steve was kind enough to offer, and man, he's one of the most powerful people I've had the good fortune to meet. And I've met tons of people, dude. I'm not 16. I won't divulge my age, but I've been clean and sober 18 years. So
you're well over 40.
Slightly.
That being said, Steve is an amazing guy, because through my, of course, tenure with Rockers in Recovery, I've posted many of his things, and what a guy. Let's bring Steve on the line. I know he's with us, and I want to bring him on the line. Steve, good morning. Welcome to Waking Up Blessed.
Good morning, brother. Thank you for having me.
Something, we segued into you. I wanted to definitely talk to you this morning. Nick, of course, I've known for many, many years. I'm just getting to meet you for the first time. I think that, overall the message that you carry, and we were chatting a little bit before the show, and the message that you carry really is unique in the fact that you have been helping people that are not necessarily addicts and alcoholics. You really mentor and help people in general so they can see the human experience, not so much the recovery experience. So combining the two together is kind of a unique thing.
Well, in a way, everyone's an addict. So we now, not to the degree that you're talking about, and not specifically to what you're talking about, but the reality of it is that we are humans and we are walking bags of chemicals. And really, you start driving towards those chemicals. So the reason why people have habits, the reason why they have behavioral habits, whether it's positive or negative, it's because you're addicted to the chemical reaction of that behavior. So if you have a particular behavior and your body rewards you with some dopamine, you're going to continue that behavior. So people who are saying, I can't get out of my own way, why do I keep picking the wrong men, the wrong women, why do I find myself in this situation, why can't I stop gambling, all of that is because of your addiction to a chemical, internally or externally. So in a way, we're all managing these addictions, and some it manifests differently. Some you could see it more overtly, and some are more covert, a manifest and latent kind of behavior. But yeah, managing behaviors is what I've been specializing in over 20 years.
Steve, let me ask you, for you personally, I mean, listen, it's, we go at people sometimes, on the professional level or whatever it may be, or talking to them from our experiences with dealing with other people or dealing with life experiences. Let's talk about what Steve does in the morning waking up blessed. What do you do? Do you feel you wake up every morning blessed, or what's the deal with that? Tell us some information.
Well, I definitely do. God's an interesting thing for me. So God for me is kind of like gravity, let's say. It's true whether I believe it or not, right? So for me, I take that perspective. And so I wake up blessed whether I feel it that way or not in the morning. Either way, I have the opportunity to shape, create, and move my life in a direction. Now, whether it moves in a negative direction, it moves in a positive direction, or stays stale, that's all 100% up to me. But, yeah, I wake up blessed every day. And the prayers I say, and it was beautiful to hear what you and Nick do with your morning routines. I do not have a morning routine like that. I don't have a place that I go in my home. I travel so much, I'd go crazy looking for places to go. I wake up knowing that I woke up, so yes, I'm winning, because there's a lot of people who didn't wake up. I woke up warm and dry, and I'm winning because there's a lot of people who didn't wake up warm and dry. And so I tally up that attitude of gratitude. I know that before I even get out of bed in the morning, I've been blessed 1,000 times. So I wake up knowing this, and then I set targets for my day, goals, some people call it. I know what I want to accomplish in the day, or what I will endeavor to accomplish in the day. Even if I don't get it done, it'll get me in the general direction of something healthy. What I've learned in my life, what I've learned through my friends, people who struggle, people who don't struggle, people who are successful, people who are on their way to success. What I've learned that if you don't have time, if you're taking the time to do something positive, you're avoiding the time to do something negative. I don't have a lot of idle time. I make sure I have goals and targets to set. And for me, the best way to say thank you to a God that blesses you with a new day is to get stuff done, to move stuff in a positive direction. It's ironic because I'm a writer that I don't read as much as I probably should. But for me, a lot of those messages are found in these ancient, you mentioned good book, you mentioned biblical theology. I find it incredibly interesting that Jesus was not a writer. Never wrote a single thing. It was action-oriented, and I model my day on that. I get up, and my thank you is by doing something good. My thank you is by helping others. My thank you is by empowering others and bettering myself. My thank you for blessing me with an amazing day is making it work, moving the ball, sometimes a yard, sometimes an inch, but moving the ball forward. For me, the greatest prayer you can give is with a closed mouth and moving.
Amazing message, man. One of the things that I love is the fact that Nick, you're with us still, right?
Yes, sir.
You've combined a message that Steve carries along with your message and the message of Clean Recovery Centers. How is that going to look? Let's talk about what is that going to look like at Clean Recovery Centers and Steve's involvement.
Well, as I mentioned before, I think it's two dynamic forces joining together to spread a message of hope in a way, and use modern technologies and Steve's reach to get our combined message out there. That it's just a seed-sowing exercise for me. I mean, in reality, I've helped many people. I've had the good fortune, and Steve is going to add gasoline to the fire. I mean, he's a human gas. He's a torch. I mean, he blows stuff up in terms of empowering and attracting and just his positivity and his years of behavioral science and human behaviors and getting and turning around situations. I mean, Steve has got his advanced business degree from NYU Stern, so, you know, it's really a turnaround situation, in like a business turnaround situation. Someone's life needs improvement, needs redirection, a relaunch. And that's what we love doing at Clean Recovery, is helping people relaunch their life. And we think Steve is going to be just a natural fit to our bullpen, if you will, analogous to baseball. What we pitch, what we offer, what.
Can I
Steve,
jump in here? John,
man,
what's interesting is, and what Nick has done here at Clean has been incredible. An incredible team here. A great system, and what's really adding is a multidimensional thing. John, we now know it is a multidimensional universe, and you need multidimensional approaches to things. So adding that one component of what might be called an experiential psychology, adding that component to addiction recovery and recovery in general is huge in every aspect of your life. So you have sometimes look at the day-to-day life of an average listener who may not be struggling, let's say, with some sort of trauma or addiction. But even in your regular day, you might read something that's humorous. You might listen to something that's motivational or empowering. You might listen to something that's religious or theologically empowering. You might do all of those things, because it's a multidimensional life. You might read your Bible, you might read your holy book, and then you might go punch a punching bag at the gym. We know that all of these aspects help. And there are some people who experience that through recovery, that they need that multidimensional approach available to them, because, yes, sometimes you want yoga, and sometimes you want to kick a bag. And sometimes you want to read something beautiful theologically, and sometimes you need that kick-in-the-butt motivation. Having all of those things available is what's going to not only help someone along recovery, but help them refine, improve, and enhance their life so that they can stay clean, so that they can stay sober, so that they can stay on their goals. It's not about surviving. It's about thriving. It's, okay, you're clean, you're recovered. Now, what do you look like in the marketplace? Let's get you a good resume. Let's sharpen and hone your interview skills. Let's sharpen and hone your ability to balance a budget. How are your finances? We have to take this multidimensional approach so that to ensure that the person leaves better, stronger, and more viable to succeed in the world. And I think that's what Nick's putting together here at Clean. For me, of course, because I always aim low, for me, I'm thinking that we're developing the most effective, efficient, empowering, and lasting recovery program on planet Earth.
There you go, man. And that's something low to shoot for?
Yeah.
Actually,
I figure I'm gonna continue my typical slacker ways.
I love it. Well, listen, guys, I want to thank you, and I appreciate you guys coming on the show this morning. And me and Nick had a long conversation the other day, and we touched pretty much on everything. One of the most important things that I can say today as somebody that has been through the process, and most importantly, with watching through Rockers in Recovery for the last 10 years, is that this is not a cookie cutter approach, folks. Everybody's an individual, and everybody needs to have unique, individualized specialties brought to them by unique people like Steve and Nick. And they get to be able to get you plugged back into life. In closing, Nick, I want to ask you a quick question. If you had a family member out there right now suffering that, they don't know what to do with little Johnny, what would you say to them?
Well, there is hope, and there are great facilities throughout the country, and you don't have to do this alone for sure. And make that call, take the action. We love being that opportunity for people that think that we have what it takes or what they need, and and that's what we do. We focus on ourselves here and kind of just execute our plan.
Beautiful. How can they reach you, Nick?
They can reach me at the toll-free number, which is 888-330-CLEAN or 2532, 888-330-2532. My extension is 700.
Okay. And the website?
CleanRecoveryCenters.com.
There you go. And that's clean with a C. There you go.
That is.
And
CleanRecoveryCenters.com.
Yeah, and you're out of Tampa, and we definitely look forward to hearing more from you and, getting involved in some upcoming events. Maybe we can get you guys out to speak at them. This would be great. And most importantly, I want to thank you, Nick, for being in my life for almost 20 years. And Steve, great meeting you today, and looking forward to having you in my life for the next 20 years. And
thanks, John. Thanks so much, man. Keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Yeah, brother, and thank you. And hey, Nick.
Yes, sir.
Carry the message one more day, brother. We'll talk soon.
Not the mess. We don't carry messes here.
I love it, brother.
But permanent recovery is the goal, bud. Thanks, John.
Yeah, man. You bet. All right, guys, thanks for being on the show. And, hey, listen, if you're just tuning in, you missed a great show, so you can check it out again on the archive. Very simple. Just give it about 5 minutes, and the link that you're listening at right now becomes the archive show, and you can share it, and you can do all kinds of things with it by listening and maybe getting some information that might help you through your day. I want to thank you for tuning into Waking Up Blessed on Rockers and Recovery Radio. And most importantly, I want to thank SoberMap app for making it possible today. And go to SoberMap.com. I want to thank again everybody for tuning in and being a part of today's show and Waking Up Blessed. If you need help, reach out. Recovery Media Partners at RockersandRecovery.com. On the 13th, we got our friend Mitz. It's M-I-Z, Mitz Band, and they're out of Pennsylvania. Mitz is a great guy. He's going to be on. He's going to be sharing his experience, strength, and hope. And, of course, one of the first songs he wrote when he first got clean is called Dope Sick Blues. I'm going to play it here this morning. You can check out Mitz. It's Mitz Music at Facebook. Check him out. It's a great guy. Look forward to having him on July 13th. Also, tomorrow we're going to have a great show, too. So tune back in every morning, 9 a.m. Look forward to having you with us. Blessed day. Dope Sick Blues by Mitz.
It's 5 a.m. and the sun will be rising soon. There ain't a damn thing I can do. Cold outside and I feel like I'm ready for the spring. Or just to hear the morning sing. Drenched in sweat, just trying to get used to living endlessly in debt. I spent the last few years just digging my own grave, yeah, and suffering like a slave, suffering like a ooh, baby, won't you take it out? I've been nowhere else to go. These scars on my arms from sticking that needle in an eye. I still don't see no reason why. I think it's about that time to check it in again. You can easily see why. You can easily see.
Rockers in Recovery Radio is based on opinion only and is not meant to treat or diagnose any health or mental health issue of any kind. If you feel you need help for any health-related issues, please contact a physician or mental health professional. The opinions expressed by our guests are not necessarily those of Rockers in Recovery.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.